Oh, snap. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. My name is Patrick, just like the starfish. Welcome in. If you're new here, take a second to hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Hit the thumbs up button on YouTube. Do all the things, all the buttons on YouTube. Come on, y'all. TikTok. We're live on TikTok as well. Great to see everybody, y'all. Ooh, somebody hit me with one of the hearts. Cheryl, thank you. Cutterbug, thanks for the heart me. Y'all hit me with those heart things so TikTok will share the word about the live stream. Let's do this. Who's ready? And guess what? Gypsy Rose. Oh, hell. Y'all, I'm trying. I did throw in something else, though. So we're gonna listen to a couple of Gypsy Roses, and then we got a what's it called? Another story, like a law and crime. And y'all, this law and crime story is crazy as hell. Like, it's crazy as hell. I was like, oh no. So let's get into it. You guys ready? Everybody ready? YouTube, hit the thumbs up button. Did you guys like the little intro, the teaser? I know y'all saw that. Like the video. Bam. All right, let's do this. Thumbs up in the chat. Y'all ready? Here we go. Did I shrink myself down already? I did. Whoa. I don't know if I even put myself up. All right, let's do this.
Gypsy Rose's case is off case net.
Actual case stops in 2015 now. It doesn't go all the way through to 2024.
Allegedly, Gypsy Rose has an open investigation for the feds.
But what if they send me back?
They're not gonna send you back.
Oh, hell.
I'm so sorry. I didn't want. Sorry.
Is Gypsy Rose Blanchard under federal investigation, or what exactly is going on with her court record? So what happened is about 5 days ago, people started to notice that Gypsy's court records on Missouri CaseNet were no longer showing her charges, and a few other things had been changed.
Hey guys, it's Fancy, and you're watching the Good Wives Network, and we have something really bizarre going on. And so I'm hoping that you guys can see this up here. This is Gypsy's CaseNet, and this,
Oh, hell.
Okay, so over here, if you click on these things over here, her actual case stops in 2015 now. It doesn't go all the way through to 2024. It no longer has the
That's what they're saying, y'all. Has anybody do we know that for sure? Do we know anything for sure?
parole officer that just
We hear that there could be federal charges, but we don't know for sure. We don't know for sure.
that just asked for it. It has,
Or maybe we do. I don't know. I don't know these people, y'all. You send me videos and I watch them. I don't even know who. What's the dude's name? Ben. What's her guy's name? Ben or Ken? I didn't even know who that dude was like a week ago.
none of her parole terms, none of those things. And this right here, if you go under charges, judgments, and whatever sentencings, this is showing up, and I've never seen this before. Does anyone know what this means? Because I'm hearing it means
Oh, hell.
charges are coming, but
That's what we
I
all
don't
heard.
know.
Nobody knows.
Asking for a friend.
Now,
Mm.
Missouri CaseNet is basically just a website where you can look up court
Oh, and y'all, this is Gail said, dude, pay attention. I ain't so good at paying attention. I can't even afford to pay attention. Oh, this is Conspiracy. That's right. Y'all, make sure you follow Conspiracy. I usually say that at the beginning of the video, but y'all make sure you subscribe. She's pinned down in the description. Let's keep going.
records for the state of
Thanks,
Missouri.
Bill.
However, when you pull up Gypsy's court records now, some things are no longer available to view. And then when you go under charges, it says this. This charge is no longer pending. Please refer to case number. And then they added a -01 for pending charge. So the case number under the charges tab is the same case number as the entry on the left-hand side of the screen, except they added that -01. So that has some people questioning if there could possibly be new charges. And others have said when things are removed from Missouri CaseNet, that typically means that a federal investigation is happening. So ever since it was discovered
Oh, hell. The feds coming in hot.
that the
Allegedly. Maybe. We don't know. Does anybody know? I don't know. Y'all hit me with those hearts. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. Tap the screen like crazy. YouTube, hit the thumbs up button. I'm going to hit you with it. I'm going to hit you with it. Y'all did this to yourselves. Hey guys, it's Patrick from The Haunted Side. Take a second, hit the thumbs up button, and subscribe for more. Boom. You heard me. No, I'm just kidding. So stupid. Oh, I forgot. Dang it. I forgot to get the comment where somebody like literally commented on one of the videos. It was like, stop talking and just let the videos play. And I like just went right underneath that. Went, no. That's the whole point of a reaction channel. What does that person want me to just re-upload people's content like without saying anything? Let me just re-upload somebody's content. Yeah, that's real nice. Not add any commentary, not make it for educational or entertainment purposes only. Just re-upload their content. Oh my god. Anyways, go find that comment and just laugh at that person for being really like room temperature IQ. All right, let's keep going. Y'all, TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. Come on. Shay in the house. What's up? And y'all, hit me with those freaking heart things. What's it called? It's literally called hearts. Hit me with them. We're trying to crush some goals tonight, TikTok. Let's do it.
these changes had been made on Missouri CaseNet, everyone is speculating as to why they think that is. Skippity Doodah, who was also incarcerated with Gypsy, posted
Oh hell! Remember when I thought that was her segue? With skippity doodah, poopity boppity boop. Let's go.
a TikTok video about this, and here's what she had to say.
So, it's been brought to my attention that Gypsy Rose's case is off CaseNet. So I'm going to explain that a little bit. Typically when that happens, when a state case is going federal, they remove it off CaseNet. That is public records. They don't remove it because she's famous or she's a celebrity. They don't do that for that. So, 9 times out of 10, it's because the case is going federal and they have to remove it. And I know that because I was just following a state case and the case went federal and
they removed it.
So Miss Guppy, what's happening? What's the news?
Oh,
she may have been charged with something new, or they're looking into her case. 9 times out of 10, she's in Louisiana, so I don't know if they'll ship her back to Missouri for federal holding or what that process looks like. But it seems you're in a little bit of a pickle. And it also could
a pickle.
mean that the prosecutor is going after a different charge. That is said from.
Oh, damn. Zippity doodah coming in hot with the. She's in a pickle. I want a pickle. Do y'all ever like take sriracha and squirt like half a bottle of sriracha in the pickles, like the dill pickles, and leave that in there and give yourself like some spicy ass pickles for the next like 3 months? You should.
I'm a lawyer.
Now, shortly after this happened, Sir Morbid hosted a live panel where both Fancy and Becca Scoops gave their input as to why they think it's happening, with Fancy stating that they even called to ask about it.
I heard that a judge
Quite a
did
bit.
that. I don't know if it's true though.
No, a judge
Fancy,
wouldn't do that.
what are your what did you
No, so what we found last night in looking, and what I've had confirmed for me today, because I had someone call the court and speak to the clerk. One of our supporters did, and she
That's pretty
messaged me. They told her that they cannot give any comment on what is happening, but they said that they cannot give comment because it is a pending case. And they cannot
federal
give any
charges?
Hitting with that pending case.
Ooh,
I
pending.
don't know yet. They said if she was to go into the actual place, they could give her more information. They could be able to give her a longer thing, because she can come in and request the paperwork. But she has to actually request the paperwork in person. We can't do it as through a FOIA, through anything else. So there is something happening. And what we found out last night was that actual sentence that everybody is seeing where it says, these charges are not pending anymore, please reference. What that means in Missouri CaseNet through them, that generally means bound over for grand jury. And the reason that they do it is because they do not want the jury to be prejudiced by the original charges and things like that. So they seal it up.
Oh, hail.
They present the JERAY with the only evidence that they're bringing forward for the new charges. And then once all of that is done and charged, it'll all be shown in CaseNet.
Now, shortly after the information came out, Bree, Gypsy's friend, was doing a live stream on TikTok, and she apparently texted Gypsy to ask about this, and then Gypsy texted her lawyer, and then she gave this response.
Okay, so in Missouri, felony cases are broken into two cases: prior to the preliminary and after the preliminary hearing. What you're seeing is the prior to preliminary hearing. Once it gets past preliminary, they add the -01 to the case number, but it shows up as a separate case, but it's really not. Anyways, the -01 is where the case is resolved. There is no legal reason it is not showing up.
Crafty Devil.
I'm wondering
Thank you.
if the presiding judge increased the security level to stop the trolls from filing requests.
I don't think they care.
Pending cause thing is.
Like, can you imagine like the judge being like, "We need to stop the trolls. Hear ye, too many trolls."
Is what every
They don't care. They're getting like some of those FOIAs can cost hella money. Why can't I see the YouTube chat? YouTube, what the hell? Not y'all in the chat that I can't see, but like the overlords. What did YouTube do to my YouTube chat? Oh, there it is. I got y'all. Hang on. Let me put a heart in the chat. See if you guys can see it. Put a heart in the chat. See if I can see it too. And TikTok, we got 2 of the hearts. We need 8 more. I'm going to pin it. Ready? Go.
Preliminary case says once the 01 is created. That's, you see, y'all kept on, and that's what he's saying. He thinks that's probably what it is. He would know if there's anything legal happening. That's her attorney.
Now, Bree also posted a
What was that? I didn't pay attention.
TikTok video basically
I'm drinking too much, y'all. Oh no, the gin and tonic is flowing. I have no idea what just got said.
explaining the same.
Oh, the dash thing. They think it's not. It is, but it is in the case or something. Gracie, thank you. Crafty Devil, thank you. Let's keep going.
Exact thing, and someone commented and said it also happens when the feds pick up a case when they feel like the state did not do their job. I live in Missouri and know what the laws are here. She's going back. Bree replied, I think her lawyer would know about this. That person then replied back to her and said, like the feds are going to tell her they are investigating her. Now, this situation is also interesting because
the feds will tell you. Well, maybe sometimes they don't. But I know the feds, they will, man, they work on a case for a long time. They don't come at you until they got every single piece perfect. We talked about that before, y'all. It's crazy as hell. Their conviction rate is so damn high because they're like, ha, 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 ha. Well, they got the federal government money behind them, so damn. Samantha! Thank you for the Cash App. You're so sweet. For the overlords can spark it. That's what you said. I appreciate that. Thank you for the coffees. Y'all support the show if you want to. TheHauntedSide.com. You can find all kinds of ways to do that, including that. Thank you for the Cash App. Samantha, so sweet. Bink. Very much appreciated. It's pumpkin spice time, y'all. It's pumpkin spice season.
a while ago, Nina posted a video about how someone had been requesting Gypsy's deposition.
Do you guys remember a couple of weeks ago when we saw this on Missouri CaseNet? This right here. This was someone requesting her deposition from court.
Oh yeah.
Her specific deposition.
That was it was like a lady that was doing that.
Was what was being requested.
Colleen, thank you.
Now, why would that be? On 8/7, which was this month, record request from Amanda Moore was entered. Now, when you look up Amanda Moore, She came up as someone that handles federal and local cases that lives in Louisiana. There's also another Amanda Moore.
Crafty Devil, stop it. So many hearts. Quit it. Something happened to her thing? Uh-oh. Really?
That is with probation and parole in the state of Missouri. Now, I truly believe that this is not by coincidence. I think what people fail to realize is the longer Gypsy has been out here, is the more she has been acting crazy.
So Nina made reference to an Amanda Moore that requested Gypsy's deposition. So I looked up the name Amanda Moore, and these are the people that stuck out to me.
She was in that one movie, wasn't she? What's that? Amanda Moore. I can't spell for days. Oh, no, that's not who I'm thinking about. Oh, I'm thinking about Amanda Bynes. That's the wrong person.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
That's the wrong Amanda. All right, let's keep going.
So for Missouri, there is an Amanda Moore that works at probation and parole. And then in Louisiana, there's an Amanda Moore that has worked for the Louisiana State Police. And she is also a criminal records analyst and a tin print expert. So when I looked up what criminal
the hell is a tin print expert
analysts do, it says that they analyze crime reports, arrest records, police calls, and other data to establish patterns and make correlations. They then synthesize the data they gather into detailed information used by their departments to make decisions about prosecutions, patrols, and staffing. Now, she is also a tin print expert, which is basically someone who analyzes fingerprints. Now, Nina also
that makes sense.
Posted.
That's pretty self-explanatory. Tin print analyzer. Cheryl, thank you for the Cash App, y'all. That's 2 tonight. Oh man, this is old times. Are we gonna get 10 again, or 15, or 20? What's the record? I think it was 56. Y'all are crazy as hell. Thank you for that, Cheryl. Very sweet. Very sweet.
Did a follow-up video about what Key said. Now, Key is another TikTok creator who I believe works with some lawyers who have access to a database where they can see certain court records. So she asked him about it, and then this is what she said.
Someone I work for who's an attorney, look up this case on his database. And it's only available to people who work for the courts, for lawyers, prosecutors, whatever. It's a login that none of us have access to, and he said that the charge.
Well, this audio was crazy. Amanda, thank you. See, that's Amanda right there.
The case is missing from Missouri CaseNet because there's an open investigation and it's federal.
See that part, Tina? Yes, I saw that. Yo, that's the comment I was talking about at the beginning of the show. Yes, where the person was like, "Can you stop talking? Just re-upload people's content without you talking at all." And I was like, huh? No.
It's federal.
Y'all, we're going to start doing a live stream where we just read the comments. We have to. Thumbs up in the chat if you'd watch that. Like, y'all, it gets crazy sometimes. I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? Yeah.
Oh, he needs some milk.
100% needs some milk. I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up. We might have to make that happen.
He texted me this morning.
Let's hit that heart goal, y'all. We'll do it tonight.
Blanchard. And I texted back. I said, he's of no relation, apparently. He was a neighbor who claimed to have, crawled through the kitchen window with the crime scene photos. I sent him all the case files on this. I sent him everything. Allegedly. And in these new pending, allegedly in these new investigation charges, these new pending charges, allegedly, David Blanchard, his name is listed several times.
Now, for anyone who doesn't know,
yeah, I didn't know who David Blanchard was. And Kelly, thanks for the follow.
Who David Blanchard is, he and his wife were friends with Dee Dee and Gypsy. They do have the same last name, but apparently there's no family relation. And on the night that everyone discovered that Gypsy was, quote, missing, he went to Gypsy and Dee Dee's home. Now, law enforcement was also present, but they didn't yet have a search warrant, and technically they couldn't stop him from entering the home. So it is said,
oh hell, Holly, thank you,
that he entered through a side window, walked through the home, and came back out and said that he didn't see anyone. And then
that is crazy as hell. Crafty Devil, thank you. Oh my god, we hit it. Crafty Devil, you're insane. Thank you so much. What am I gonna hit you with? Let's hit you with the Zelda. And Gail, thank you for becoming a channel member on YouTube. You guys are sweet. Thank you for the love tonight, y'all. Thank you. You don't have to do any of that. But when you do, it just makes my little world go round. Thank you, Gail. Y'all, click the link that's pinned in the comments, too. Join Gail in being freaking awesome. Let's go. Let's continue, shall we?
as we
Somebody cut me off.
know, later when law enforcement does go inside the home, they find Dee Dee. So a lot of people were very skeptical of that and wondering how or why he didn't see Dee Dee. Now, in this article about David from 2015, it says, on the home search, David said he knows why he didn't find the body, but that is information he cannot disclose at this time because of the ongoing investigation. And then it says that Sheriff Arnott said that there's a reason why the neighbor didn't find the body, and added, quote, I don't feel that there's anything suspicious related to the neighbor coming in and checking, end quote. Also in this article, they talked about how the internet responded and the speculation surrounding David and Kim. And this says, why didn't David find the body? Why did Kim set up a GoFundMe account after authorities found Dee Dee's body? Why didn't that GoFundMe site go down right after Greene County Sheriff Jim Arnott's press conference about the fraud scheme? So as far as David Blanchard...
Oh, Lord. Hold up. Got a Venmo. Oh, man. Amanda, please. Thank you. Thank you for the Venmo action, too. Thank you so much. You guys coming in hot tonight, I'm telling you. Thank you.
goes, I personally don't really understand why they would want to investigate into him now, but you guys can let me know what you think down below in the comments. As far as...
That is pretty crazy. Gail, is it your birthday? Happy birthday, Gail. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gail. Happy birthday to you.
He needs some milk.
the whole, is Gypsy under federal...
This stream is crazy as hell. Probably gonna have to delete this one afterwards, huh, y'all? This one ain't gonna see the light of day.
investigation, or why would this come down off of CaseNet? I just did a simple Google search to see what kind of results we would get. So at the top this says, a court case might be removed from Missouri CaseNet for a few reasons, including 1, expungement. If a case is expunged, the record will
oh
be
hell.
removed.
Hold up. I am... Oh, God. I'm not even going to try on that one. Swag-a-guy. I'm sorry. I had to unfollow you. Your voice is unnerving. First off, this isn't the airport. You don't have to announce your departure. You can just go. I don't care. I really don't care if you like my voice or not. It's all good. Some people do, some people don't. If you don't, why are you watching? Why'd you follow in the first place? Did my voice change? I used to appreciate your voice, but now I don't. Okay, cool. I don't care.
Moved from casenet.com.
That is funny, though.
When the expungement order is issued, Clear My Record Missouri can help determine which offenses are eligible for expungement, which we know that this is not the case. Second option says
that lady expunged herself from this channel. Later.
Satisfaction of judgment, which that one's not the case either, because this is about complaints that have been satisfied
Desiree.
and getting a petition for this satisfaction so that judgment can be filed with the court. Then it says, in general, public records can't be removed from casenet.com because it's a directory of public judicial records. However, the court may temporarily close a record or part of a record if there's a specific reason or facts present. Lastly, when a case is sealed, the court must state the reasons for sealing in its order. The court will continue to have access to all the information it needs to decide the case, even if some information is redacted from public record. Now, I also saw another answer through one of those websites where you can like ask lawyers questions and then they will respond. So this woman asked why her son's
Tinder
case would have disappeared from Missouri CaseNet, and this was a case that was still ongoing. And this lawyer responded, it's possible that the prosecutor has dismissed the case, or if this was a felony, they may have secured an indictment and the case now has a new number.
New charges are going to be like either the fraud that her and her mom did, or do you think it's going to have to do with, because I was wondering,
thank you.
Maybe like the IRS and the fraud.
Kaylee Cosmos, I used to appreciate your voice.
With like the trust fund and crap.
I don't know if it's that.
I think we need that shirt, y'all. Do we need a I used to appreciate your voice?
I think that could be playing into it. I do think it's going to have a lot to do with a lot of the bullying and harassing, stalking of different people and reporting people. I think that's part of it. And I do believe that she could face federal charges for a lot of things that she didn't think she would. And the Fed weren't looking until they realized that they had all been had. And Missouri has fucked this completely up. That's what I think's happening. But
oh, hell.
I don't know.
So, is Gypsy Rose Blanchard being investigated? Could she possibly be going back to prison? Let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below in the comments. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you could...
No, damn, if you could. Oops. Y'all, I'm going to hit you with it, YouTube. You ready? Hey, guys, it's Patrick from The Haunted Side. Take a second, hit the thumbs up button, and subscribe for more. Do it. We got 8 more to go, and we're at 100. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. My name's Patrick, just like the starfish. If you like true crime, I'm live every night. Keep tapping the screen and hit me with those little coin things, y'all. Trying to get coined right now. Coinage, a little coinage action. I think Flawless Nina's next, so let's just jump right into this. Let's do it.
Do you all remember Gypsy Rose's family law attorney? The one that...
Oh, hell yeah. Those are probably the coolest glasses I've ever seen in my life. Steph Case Files, wherever you're at, I love you, and I love your glasses. But I ain't gonna lie, these are like... They are up there. That, holy mackerel. That is the coolest. And they match. She's color coordinating, y'all. This is crazy as hell. All right, let's keep going, shall we? Oh, by the way, make sure you follow or subscribe to Flawless Nina. She's pinned down in the description. And 3 more likes, YouTube. 3 more people hit that thumbs up button.
Called in a favor to the judge, allegedly, for a pedo that's now serving 15 years. Do you remember?
Whoa. Thank you. I grew them myself. Grew my teeth myself.
The mom reached out to me and gave me the details about it. Well, I did get another message a couple of weeks ago or a week or 2 ago about them saying that JERAY allegedly was taking kids from families and placing them with predatory homes.
Oh, hell.
The first time I saw the email, I didn't want to post about it because that was the only person that had said something. So I was thinking maybe it was a one-off situation, even though I know about this. But no, someone else emailed me, and this email had a lot more details. So I want to share it with you guys. I'm not going to share who the person is, but I want to share this email with you guys. Person put the parish, and she also put her attorney's name. She says, "Hello, Flawless Nina. My family and I stumbled across your TikToks regarding Gypsy Rose. I believe it was Faith. Since we're actively involved in a case against JERAY, amongst others
Jesus take the wheel,
whom are employed by her and related to the employee, I have been learning a lot about this lawyer. whose family never had a good reputation in the area. Myself and my family are born and raised in the Bayou.
Bayou.
Most have moved away due to the widespread corruption and natural disasters it's prone to. I've been highly suspicious of JERAY and her nonprofit organization, along with her unethical legal practices and prying and positioning herself in certain community members' lives. She needs to be investigated and barred from being a lawyer. She is definitely not for the abused. Her advocacy lies in line with the predators and abusers.
Oh,
Thank
hell.
you for your time researching and bringing her actions, ill intentions, along with others mentioned to your media platform. This needed to be broadcasted. Please continue. So again, thank you for putting this evil person on blast. She is stealing children through the legal system and placing them with predatory individuals and causing so much trauma to all involved. I will share more details with you as I'm allowed because I want my family's story to be told as a warning for others. Please keep my contact information private, but you can absolutely refer to me as Blue Jay. Sincerely, Blue Jay. When I first
Blue
began
Jay.
speaking about Gypsy Rose's attorney, JERAY, I never anticipated to get so many messages. And when I tell you, I have received hundreds of emails, messages between TikTok and my email about
Oh, hell.
this woman.
Virginia,
It's
take
been
out.
insane. I mean,
Get it,
all
y'all.
sorts of things. Some things I haven't spoken on yet, but it makes me sad to see that there are communities where people are scared to speak up because of the things that are taking place. And
Oh, hell.
like, I would love for this to be a place on my page where I can help the communities and bring awareness to situations on a wider spread.
There you go. Spiritual Diamond,
platform.
Jenny, thank you.
To bring change, because people shouldn't live like this. And with her allegedly putting kids in predatory situations and causing more trauma, probably for money, is disheartening. And this woman that owns a nonprofit organization claiming to help the community would be doing this.
Thank you.
Is disgraceful.
Very much so.
JERAY,
Crazy as hell.
if these allegations are true, you should hang your head in shame. The fact that you sit in Bible study and you're the leader is disgusting. Do better.
Oh, man. Nina, you know I love you, and I hope I never piss you off because I don't know if I could handle you doing a video, and at the end of it, you hit me with the do better. I'd be like, I should have done better. I don't know if I can handle it. Man, I might cry. I'm gonna break down in tears if I ever get
do better, because you should
2 of them. Oh, that's over.
Be locked up for this. This is a shame. And I said what I said.
Get it. Oh, Lord. Nina coming in strong. All right, long crime next. Oh, hell. Y'all, this is a legit one. Man, this is a legit one. This is crazy too, y'all. I'm telling you, y'all, this one's going to piss you off. So YouTube, hit the thumbs up. TikTok, hit the follow button. Tap the screen like crazy. Hit me with some coin action. Nikki, just like that. Thanks, hun. Hell yeah. Let's get it. Y'all, this one's going to piss you off.
Corruption in the justice system is punishing me for protecting my children.
A Colorado cop is accused of his daughter, but it's the girl's mother who had to report to jail.
Did you hear that? Colorado police officer accused of his daughter. And the girl's mom is in jail. What? Hang on, I'm going to share. Oh, I forgot to do that. Oh, yeah, hang on. TikTok is probably going to pause for a second. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't done this in so long. It did. This dude. Yeah. You ready for this story, y'all? This is crazy as hell.
All connected back to a reunification therapist and what the mom says is a
what?
corruption in the system. We're breaking it down with Colorado attorney Eric Faddis. A retired police officer in the Denver area is accused of raping his own daughter for years.
You're going to burn in hell for that
starting
one.
when she was
If that's true, you're going to burn in hell for that.
just 5 years old. He's also accused of assaulting his ex-wife's 2 daughters, whom he adopted.
Oh, dear God. I told you this one's going to piss a lot of people off.
Michael Hawkins is free on bond right now after being charged with 6 felony counts of assaulting a child and 1 misdemeanor count for child abuse. According to court documents, that child abuse count is connected to an alleged assault that occurred in Costa Rica while the family was on vacation in 2018. Hawkins allegedly held his eldest son underwater while he blacked out. The boy, now an adult, told police he believes the assault is connected to him catching his father allegedly one of his sisters. Rachel Pickrell Hawkins.
Oh, hell yeah. You can burn in hell for that.
Currently has custody of the couple's youngest sons, ages 10 and 13. She told the Denver Gazette that they had been living in a domestic shelter, but Hawkins is fighting to get sole custody of the 2 boys, and the family has been ordered to participate in a reunification therapy program. The therapy is supposed to help repair the children's relationship with their father.
Huh?
How dare you?
It's supposed to repair the relationship with the guy that allegedly did that?
You what?
Man, you are crazy as hell.
But Pickrell Hawkins claims that the so-called therapy is actual psychological manipulation.
I can't say that. Allegedly, he needs a reunification with Jesus. Holy hell, reunification with those kind of victims. Like, man, you crazy as hell. You about to reunificate with Jesus.
And coercion. She refused to allow the boys to participate anymore, which resulted in her being held in contempt of court.
So the mom said, hell no, they ain't doing this. And she got held in contempt of court? Oh, hell.
Bruh.
How dare you?
That is crazy. Sarah, thank you for subscribing. Oh, my mom's in the house. Hey, Mom. This is not the story you want to listen to. My mom is like hella like empath, right? So like if she hears something like this, she's gonna be like, ah! Like crying for like 3 weeks. Mom, come back in like 20 minutes. Come back in 20 minutes and then it'll be okay. Or stick around. Maybe the worst is over. Let's keep going.
The judge ordered her to report to jail for several weekends in a row as punishment. Pickrell Hawkins has been documenting her experience on TikTok. She posted this video before she reported to the county jail for the first time.
Corruption in the justice system is punishing me for protecting my children. So today I began 7 weekends of jail in the Weekender jail program. Because
the Weekender jail program?
Stop protecting my children and speaking out about the abuses that have happened to them that have now resulted in
oh hell, you got a phone call during the video
against my former spouse, and they are 7 counts of felony assault on child by person in position of trust and misdemeanor child covering all 6 of my children, even my adult children. And the judges and the magistrates and the reunification therapists that are...
Man, that sounds crazy as hell. Where is this? Colorado.
Bruh.
Let's reunificate. Is that a word? They're trying to reunite a dude that allegedly his daughter and his 2 adopted daughters. Man, you crazy as hell.
Are forcing contact with my children's abusers are responsible for this. And I am one of many moms out there fighting to keep my babies safe. I've gotten a lot of support, and I am so very grateful for that, because this has been a very lonely road.
Oh, this poor
It's been
lady.
a very hard, difficult road, but it's one that I know that God.
Imagine being like, hell no, I don't want my kids anywhere around that dude. And then they say, well, then you're going to jail every weekend for however long. What? Man.
God has permitted, because he's building me into his
Thumbs up in the chat if you feel like that judge needs to be held in contempt of court.
warrior, and I wouldn't be going this morning if he hadn't prepared me. So I intend to go in there and serve this unjust time, but I'm going to do it with dignity and integrity.
When she was released the following Sunday, Pickerel Hawkins posted another video saying she spoke with other women inside the jail dealing with the same issues with court-ordered reunification therapy.
There's more to this, and I'm going to see to it that it comes to an end, and that my children and any other children are saved from this.
Pickerel Hawkins has to report to the jail for 6 more weekends. Michael Hawkins has
denied
the allegations against him and posted a $50,000 surety bond in July. He has to wear a GPS ankle monitor while he's out on bond. The lawyer representing him in both his criminal case and divorce proceedings, Christopher Estell, said in an August court filing that Pickerel Hawkins is not a credible witness and is highly manipulative, according to the Denver Gazette. You may be asking, how can a judge consider giving custody of young children to a parent who is currently facing such serious charges? Well,
right?
The order from the judge came while the investigation into Hawkins was ongoing, but official charges had not yet been filed. The judge wrote in one ruling, the court also notes that no criminal charges have been filed, and the Department of Human Services findings can be based on statements of the child alone with no corroborative evidence. The charges came later that same month. The judge also said that the allegations against Hawkins do not involve the 2 children he's trying to get custody of. That magistrate upheld a ruling from...
You what? So he can have custody of the 2 other kids because they're not the 2 kids that he allegedly... Man, you crazy as hell. Why not? You know what? He's not a police officer anymore. Have him go work at Chuck E. Cheese. Have him go work at Chuck E. Cheese, right? None of those kids are going to be the ones that he... But let's get him around kids. That makes a lot of sense. Oh my God. What the hell is wrong with people? Reunification with Jesus.
From a previous judge that required weekly 2-hour reunification therapy sessions, some with the father present and some with the boys on their own. Court documents show Christine Bassett is the marriage and family therapist assigned to the case through the Lighthouse Christian Counseling Network. Pickerel Hawkins was accused of interfering with the court-ordered therapy, but she claims that the intense sessions are harming the children. The mother says she has requested the court to allow her to find a different therapist, but says she was denied. She says she arranged for family members to care for her youngest children when she reports to jail for the next several weekends. And Michael Hawkins has made headlines before for a different reason. He was one of the first police officers to respond to the Aurora movie theater in 2012, when 12 people were at the premiere of The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, hell. We talked about that, y'all.
He testified during the
a long time
trial,
ago we talked about that case. Remember that?
He carried a child's body from the theater. Hawkins' daughter told investigators that her father suffered from PTSD after witnessing that horrific scene. And she said that the first time he allegedly assaulted her was later that same year. Hawkins medically retired from the Aurora Police Department in 2018. Again, he has denied all the allegations against him. I'm joined now by Colorado-based criminal defense attorney Eric Faddis. Now, Eric, thank you so much for joining us today. Now, a former Colorado police officer accused of
Man, you crazy
children, one of which was his ex-wife's daughter who he adopted, but he's free from jail. What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, I think an irony that a lot of people are picking up on is the fact that he is charged with assault on a child and child abuse. he is free. He's out. He's a free person. Whereas the mother who says she's trying to protect her children from him has now been sentenced to jail for
Right, Ghostly
allegedly
Girl?
disobeying a court order. And so a lot of people are saying, what's going on? How could it be that he's out and she is in jail?
And are you surprised bond was even issued in
Yeah, that is crazy as hell. See, Bonbon, long time no see. Jessica, good to see you.
Hawkins's case, and that it was just
Lisa, thank you.
$50,000 given the severity of the allegations against him?
You know,
Debbie, I
50,000
think
seems
so,
low
actually.
to me, especially for the nature of those charges. You know, I've seen much less severe charges get even higher bonds than 50,000. You know, some people have speculated, hey, this person is a former police officer. Did that influence or bias somehow affect the
Michelle, yes, but I think it goes even further than that. Michelle said courts need to do better protecting the children. I think we need to do better protecting the children, and like dads and moms. Me as a dad, oh hell, you better believe if I see anything, man, mm-mm, mm-mm. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what I mean. It would be freaking. It'd be something, all right. It would be something.
bond and how these proceedings have gone. The jury's still out on that question, but bond is rather low.
And what are your thoughts on him being accused of acts against children, one of which, again, was one of his own daughters, but is fighting for custody and sole custody at that for his sons, who he shares with his ex-wife?
Yeah, you know, I mean, family court judges are definitely have a difficult role, right? That they have, they're dealing with extremely weighty concerns. It's high emotion in these cases. These are very serious allegations, and oftentimes, while that investigation is pending, while the case is pending, that person is prohibited from having contact with minors in many of
Right?
these cases. Here, he's seeking to resume contact with children, and so the mother is understandably upset about that and objecting to what's called this reunification therapy process.
And let's get into that.
I've never heard of that. Reunification therapy.
The reunification therapy program. Why do you
This sounds crazy.
think that was suggested given the allegations he still faces? Also,
Let them reunify. If there's that kind of trauma, let them do that when they're like 30, you know? When that kid is an adult and has had time to hopefully cope with that and work through that, and then let them decide if they want to reunification therapy with their you know? Man, you crazy as hell.
given that he's also accused of physically abusing his son that he's trying to reunite with.
Yeah, that's a bit of a head scratcher in terms of why the judge thought this was appropriate. My understanding is that the reunification therapy was ordered before the dad was actually charged with some of these offenses. And there may be a hearing coming up to determine the appropriateness of reunification therapy going forward. But, you know,
So they made to do this before some of these charges came out. Okay, so that we're understanding that now. But then why after the charges come out didn't that get taken away immediately? And now why is the mom going to jail on the weekends because she didn't take the kids to that after those came out?
it's sort of this flowery, nice notion that we'd love for all the children to, you know, reunite with all of their parents and everything will be hunky dory and that'll be great. But I think the realities of life show us that that's not always the best course of action. And we're really seeing that illustrated here in this case.
And court ordered reunification. What are your thoughts on that entire program? Especially, this case is very.
I mean, I could see doing that kind of stuff if it's like something else, right? Like if it was like the one of the parents was like suffering with addiction or something like that, and they go through the process, they're putting in the effort, they're making those changes. I could see how something like that, absolutely. But the dad is alleged to. Oh man, you crazy as hell for that. Justin says, man, I want your camera settings. That's the secret sauce. It's just the iPhone, dude. I don't even have camera settings. I just put the back camera, or not back camera, the forward camera on there. Justin on TikTok. Man, I should have done Patrick on TikTok. Damn it. Really dropped the ball on that one.
Very unique. I understand maybe how it could work in the cases of two divorced parents wanting to reunite, making sure that their kids are okay. But in this case, with parents, one of which is accused of these horrible acts against children, what are your
Oh, hell. Looks better than my iPhone. Man, you got to get that new iPhone, Justin. No, just kidding.
What the fuck?
It's the lighting too, bro. You got good lighting though. Man, you're just trolling me, aren't you? You might be drinking too. You might have a couple gin and tonics like me. Justin says I'm looking better every time he comes in the.
He needs some milk.
Yo, for real though, follow Justin. He's rad. You probably already do. What do you have? You got like 1 million something followers, don't you, Justin? 1,000,004. Dear God. Like, I don't know how to respond to that. Don't worry. Don't worry.
thoughts on
Nobody does.
that entire program?
You know, generally speaking, I think courts should endeavor to rehabilitate, to try to make things better in terms of relationship dynamics where appropriate. But I think there's
Yeah, see that's the caveat right there. Where appropriate. This case, I'm not thinking that's very appropriate. Man, you crazy as hell for that.
a line there, and I think that, you know, some folks.
Justin, are you on YouTube too? Is it Justin on YouTube or is it Justin on TikTok on YouTube? Bro, tell me it's Justin on TikTok on YouTube. All one word, all lowercase, all together. That's a damn Wi-Fi password if I've ever heard it. Wi-Fi at the house, on the air, on the house, in the house, on the air. No, I'm Justin on TikTok. It is just Justin on TikTok, y'all. I'm being facetious. Let's keep going.
Have said, gosh, is this the government going too far into the personal lives of these folks?
Oh, you rebranded
saying,
it? Get it.
Hey, we know what's best for you. We know what's best for your kids. Whereas the mom is saying, whoa, wait a sec. It's not best for my kids to be around this person at this time. He's facing
Hell no.
charges for assault on a child and child.
Yeah, it's not. That dude shouldn't even be. No, I don't trust that dude making hamburger helper, much less being around any kids. If that's alleged, more than one alleged victim too, and it's your own damn family.
What?
People, I mean, this is crazy as hell.
And, you know, we've kind of touched base a little bit at the beginning of this interview, but bringing us to talk about Rachel in this case, I think a lot of our viewers, everyone who reads about this case, it's just so surprising to hear a mom is thrown into jail for doing what she believes is best for her children, protecting her children. What is your reaction and what are your thoughts on how she's dealing with all of this right now?
You know, what a terrible position to be in. Not only are you going through a divorce, which is a huge bummer as it is for anybody's life, but on top of that, you're dealing with these child custody issues. These severe allegations against the father, and she appears to be just trying to take measures that she can within her own power to protect those kids. Now we need to make sure that there are court orders that are valid and that are enforced. But it appears that she's kind of engaging in a little bit of civil disobedience, in my opinion, here, where she's saying, "Hey, this order is unjust, and and following it is going to subject my children to future harm, so I'm not going to do it." And she's been slapped with a jail sentence as a result.
That is crazy.
And what type of legal actions could she take in this case? Can she take any legal actions in this case?
Well, there's something that's called, I forget what it's called, but it's where you did something that was illegal to stop something else that was worse from happening. I forget what that's called.
You know, contempt is hard to get out of. Contempt is essentially that the allegation that she knowingly defied a lawful order from the court and that she interfered with this reunification therapy.
You can't even say it.
Sometimes you can challenge contempt on
So
the
ridiculous.
basis that the order was vague. Sometimes you can challenge it on the basis that she didn't knowingly violate it. Instead, her headspace was somewhere else. She was trying to do something else. There's also a possible choice of evils defense here.
Choice of evil.
In Colorado, if you are sort of forced to break one law in order to avoid some more serious harm, then you could raise a choice of evils defense.
That part. Like when you're on the road and you see somebody driving on the wrong side of the road and you swerve through and like go through some construction cones or something like that. You broke the law by hitting the construction cones, but it's because you didn't want to get into a head-on collision. That's what's called choice of evil.
And the judge had other options
And then you don't get in trouble for hitting cones.
Besides putting her in jail, the judge could have fined her, could have taken other measures, but he didn't. And so now we're at the juncture where she's defending against this contempt charge and the impending jail sentence.
And how much of the children's voices can be heard in this type of case? Is there any possibility that they can go to a lawyer, you know, and I'm just kind of giving a scenario here, go to a judge and tell the courts, you know, I don't want to be near my dad at all. I don't want to be around him. I don't want this. This is not something I want. I agree with my mom. Do you think that's a possibility at all in this case?
As a general rule, in Colorado, once children reach a certain age, and I believe these children have reached that age, they do get a say in terms of parenting time and in terms of custody, in terms of who they want to be with. And so they can relay that to the judge typically, and the judge is supposed to give weight to that. Now, it's not a deciding factor. The judge has to look at other variables as well. But certainly the children can attempt to advocate for that. I'm not sure if a guardian ad litem had been appointed for any of these children, but if so, that person can stand in as the advocate for the child and the child's best interests in conveying to this judge that apparently these children may not be in favor of the reunification with the father, at least at this time.
And
right?
Do you think we'd be having this discussion or even talking about this case if, say, Hawkins was accused of drug dealing or accused of or something along those lines, and he wasn't a police officer or a former police officer that also used to be hailed as a hero? Do you think we'd even be having this conversation given that Hawkins was at one time this decorated hero in Colorado? A lot of people looked up to him. A lot of people aspired.
And if you don't know why, y'all, if you missed in the beginning, he was one of the guys that went in during the movie theater incident during the Dark Knight. Back in like 2012, I think it was. He was one of the guys that went in because he was a police officer then. Emerald Cat, thank you.
To kind of
so many
be as brave as him during the shooting that had happened about a decade ago. But do you think that we'd even be having this conversation if he wasn't a police officer and he was accused of something else like or dealing?
You know, the fact of Hawkins's former career as a police officer, his apparently heroic efforts in the theater Colorado, and then the fact of these very severe inflammatory allegations against him, I think has pushed this case to the forefront. So it's present in our minds now. Whereas if those aspects would have been absent, I'm not sure it would have seen the light of day. But
what, Dallas? What? Come here. He doesn't see Dallas. Apparently, he wants to say hi.
I think a big part of it is this irony where he's out, even though he's facing extremely serious charges, and she has been sentenced to jail. And everyone is kind of saying, hey, this seems backwards. What's going on? What actions do we need to take to try to rectify this in our community?
Now, say you were Rachel's defense attorney. What type of advice would you be sharing with her at this time?
Oh, hell. Y'all, this is Dallas. This is my 26-pound gigantic cat. Look how big this thing is. He's a big boy. He's thick. What are you doing? You want to meow in the microphone? Looks like he's about to spit like a mixtape. Oh, he's huge. All right, you want to jump down? Go ahead. Cool. Now I'm covered in hairs. Let's keep going.
You know, unfortunately, in dealing with court orders, it can be a delicate dance, and you don't want to do anything that is against your moral constitution. On the other hand, you don't want to sit in jail for 7 weekends in a row. So, is there kind of a healthy balance where the mother can still take measures to protect her kids, perhaps filing motions for additional supervision during this reunification process, for receiving medical records and notes in terms of what happened, but also trying to not knowingly defy the court order, or at least get the order changed? Because if she remains obstinate, while it may be a moral victory,
Valerie, thank you.
it's still going to result in her being behind bars at the end of the day, and that's not best for the kids either.
And does Hawkins have any legs to stand on when it comes to his fight for sole custody of his children? Do you think that there's any type of way that could actually happen?
That would be crazy as hell.
You know, it's
Valerie!
certainly possible. We've got to understand at this point, the allegations against Hawkins are just allegations, and he's presumed innocent, and he has not been convicted of assault on a child or child with respect to these allegations. And so the judge needs to take that in consideration. My thinking is it might make sense to sort of stay the custody ruling while the criminal case is going on. And if Hawkins beats the case, then certainly there's a strong argument that he should receive some significant portion of custody. If instead he cops a plea or is convicted, that of course changes the dynamic in terms of what's best for the kids and whether they would be safe around him for any period of time.
And say he is
True.
convicted in the case. I know at this point he is not, but if he is convicted in this case, does he even have legs to stand on there as well too? Like, could a judge force his children to visit him, see him? How would that kind of work?
Oh, hell.
You know, it appears that this case is a good illustration of it, that there's a trend in those courts to encourage this ongoing contact with both parents, even in light of some very serious allegations. And just because a person is convicted of a certain crime, that doesn't necessarily divest their parental rights with respect to the children. And so I could see a court, even in light of a conviction, moving towards some possibility of contact down the road. Now, these kids may become to the age of majority before that contact would be appropriate post-conviction. And so that may resolve the whole thing, and the kids can decide once they're adults whether they want to see their dad or not.
And kind of going back to Hawkins being praised as a hero prior to these allegations coming out, and then he medically retired from duty, and then allegedly his daughter the same year that the
Dear
shooting
God.
happened, and it continued for years. What are your thoughts on just that added aspect of kind of that downfall from hero to he was diagnosed with PTSD from our understanding, and then is accused of these horrible allegations? What are your thoughts on kind of that fall from grace in a way?
You know, I think Hawkins' defense team,
Don't do crazy stuff.
will use that as mitigating circumstances. They're going to say, hey, this person made a substantial contribution to this community. It's my understanding that he allegedly brought out a wounded 6-year-old from the theater shooting. And so if all that's true, then he absolutely did make such a contribution. That's significant. The fact that he has PTSD and other issues because of it, and that could have contributed to his behavior, that's significant.
Oh, hell, you could tell this dude's a defense attorney.
But I think the mother is alleging that this occurred not only after the theater shooting, but also before. And so that cuts against sort of looking at Hawkins with a sympathetic lens. And so we'll have to see kind of how his defense team plays that. But they do have some, cards in their hand that they can play.
Well, Eric, I really appreciate your thoughts and your insight into this case. Before we sign you off, is there anything else you would like to add?
Just that I think it's healthy to have this sort of public discourse about what's going on in the courts. Sometimes it's so easy for those processes to be kind of siloed and just specific only to the individuals involved, and they never, the case never sees the light of day. I think the fact that we're talking about it, talking about what is the court's proper role, how best do we protect children, how best do we foster ideal outcomes with families? These are all important questions, and this case has got us talking about it.
That is true. Which, by the way, TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here, and come on over to YouTube if you want to watch the video so you can actually see the video. Just search The Mystery Project on YouTube. You'll find the channel. Subscribe. Let's go. We're live on YouTube right now. We're live on Rumble. We're live on X. Welcome in, everybody. YouTube, hit the thumbs up button. Let's get 200 likes. Come on, we're at 148. Everybody watching, hit that little thumbs up button. And guess what, y'all? You ready for this? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there's one. Bam! Gypsy Rose. One more Gypsy Rose, y'all. That's it.
Is there a single damn boundary that these anti-gypsy creators / wannabe creators will not cross?
Oh, hell. Y'all, this is Angel Baby, by the way. Make sure, well, that isn't, but this video is. And here we go. Make sure you go subscribe to her, too. She's pinned down in the description. Let's go.
And my next question is for those who follow these people. Why do y'all condone it?
Well, I'd rather follow a wannabe creator than what Gypsy did to her mother.
Oh, hell.
I mean, Bree, ask yourself the same question. Like, is there a single boundary that your so-called best friend won't cross? I mean, and why do you condone it? I once said that you may be a beauty influencer, but you know what? I'm starting to change my mind because you're not being very demure or very classy. And not just that, the people that are in my comment section, they are sort of questioning who you really are. No pun intended.
Oh, hell.
Well, we're going to be moving on to your best friend's
Wait, what?
grifting because I think I gave Bree about 30 seconds more than she actually needed. Alleged grifting, because we know how Gypsy and her legal team likes to tussle. Everything in this video, you guys, is either alleged, my thoughts and opinion, and or my perception. They thought they had me for a second. Now, word on the street is that Gypsy seemed to have gotten some freebies from at Cozy Crew Club, and she wanted to thank them. So here are the items, and let me tell you, people were upset. They were freaking outraged, and I'm thinking, dang, at Cozy Crew Club, y'all didn't do y'all research, or y'all just don't care.
Oh, Lord, what happened?
A lot of people don't care about what Gypsy did. And I'm going to just be honest with y'all. A lot of people really don't care. I'm not saying that Cozy Crew Club is one of them, but I mean, look what happened to Sweet Pea after they did a collab with Gypsy. But yeah, it just looks
What happened to who?
like some winter stuff, and it says Baby Urker.
Oh, hell. Is that Lemon Ray Ray up in the house? What up, Lim Ray Ray?
So yeah, people are upset, and they're not having it. So let's hear what some of the people had to say, because, I'm all for the people. They left their reviews again. A Mama Unaliver supporter, disgusting, shame on you. To hand out free stuff to unalivers. Support women who actually need it, and not someone who is worth millions. And cold-blooded unaliving of her mother.
Is she worth millions? I mean, to do a documentary, she might have made $100,000, maybe a couple $100,000 at most. Probably not, though. I'm thinking about 80 to 100,000, and then maybe that a little bit more than that on TikTok and stuff like that. I mean, that's $200,000-$300,000. $3 million in deals? No way. What deals? What deals? Man, you crazy as hell. What deals? Yeah, but Lifetime, they're not going to pay you $3 million for like a documentary thing.
You ruined your own business by this. Okay, we're actually going to show this review. The last review I couldn't show. So many different words.
That's crazy. Maybe so. Who knows? Who knows?
Couldn't display, you guys. Why would this company give Gypsy Rose Blanchard, someone who unalived her mother, free gifts? Why in
publicity
the world would you do this?
publicity.
Mark my words, I will never buy anything from Cozy Crew as long as they continue to give her gifts, or anyone that's that controversial for that matter. And of course, Gypsy doesn't care about the backlash. She knows what's going on. She knows what's going to happen to these companies. She don't care. She just wants the free stuff. She's willing to put them on the front end. She don't care. She don't have to deal with it. And of course, this comment or this review was so bad that Cozy Crew Club basically had to report this comment because they're getting that bad. People are pissed off.
Right?
Cozy Crew Club, you got some explaining to do. Why would you support Gypsy Rose Blanchard, someone who unalived your
Publicity.
mother? You see how controversial that is?
Controversy is publicity.
Do you really care about the child and mother bond? Or are you just trying to make $1? Now we know inflation is high, businesses are
Gracie, thank you.
suffering, people are scrounging for dollars and cents. But this is not the way to do it, Cozy Crew Club. I'm telling you, this is not the way to do it. And of course, Angel Baby does not condone any kind of harassment or any kind of hate being thrown toward Cozy Crew Club or any kind of establishment for that matter. So I just want to make that perfectly clear. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. Now, there's one more thing that I do want to say, too. If you guys really want to get the reviews, like, when it's not controversial, for any company, I'm not talking about just at Cozy Crew Club, do not look at the Google reviews. When you always see the Google reviews, you see that they're different from the other reviews like Yelp and Angie, things like that. Reason being is because I am no longer in contract. I can speak on that. I signed an NDA 6 years ago. It was only for a year, and now I could speak on it. I used to work for this company, right? It's a third-party company that works with Google. And basically, if you claim ownership over that site, you can do whatever you want with it. You can take off the bad reviews. You can optimize it any way you want. So I just want to let you guys know that if the company owns that Google site, you are not getting an accurate and fair review. And of course, I know how to look for it. I'm not going to teach you guys how to do that because I feel like that would just be weird and illegal, unethical, whatever. But this company does own their site, so they control their Google reviews. Allegedly. Now it's time to go kayaking with Gypsy and Ken. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. So we all know that Gypsy had a little family reunion because she bragged about it all week and weekend. And they did kayaking. They took lots of pictures. And people were like, rewind, back up, hold up, wait a minute. Well, the first bit of business, they said that Gypsy really wasn't kayaking. It was just for a photo op. Somebody was out there and they seen Gypsy get in the boat for like a few seconds to where, you know, the boat was pushed out, allegedly, and then pictures were taken, but there was no kayaking being done. Even though Gypsy said that's what she was doing, I mean, to me, it's...
That's because nobody kayaks. That's not a real thing. Nobody does that. That's a joke. Nobody. Does anybody here kayak? Put a thumbs up in the chat if you kayak. Nobody kayak.
not really a big deal. People do that all the time. You know, they'll go...
People do that all the time. Come on. I'm just kidding. Y'all are like, what the hell? I'm just joking. I'm being facetious. I'm causing controversy. Hershey? What the hell did I say? Controversy. Because it, you know. I'm just kidding, y'all. Get out there and kayak like crazy. I've done it. I'm not gonna lie.
Somewhere and stand in front of a building or a car. Say the shit is theirs. You know, no alarms ring off to me about that. But what I do have a problem with is the entitlement that seems to be coming from Gypsy and her family. There was some people out there and there was some kind of controversy that went on because a woman's son decided that she wanted to take some pictures of Gypsy. And this woman, she took to a group, and the group is called Gypsy Rose, is a great actress who should have spent life in prison. Her name is Lindsay Ann. Let's see what she had to say. She said, today we went to our usual spot at the lake. My son, a friend of mine, and myself. I noticed a lady sitting in a chair of a canoe and said, how sweet. They put her wheelchair in the boat. But it wasn't a
Oh
wheelchair,
hell,
but
that
I
wouldn't
thought
be
it was
sweet.
at
That'd be
first glance.
dangerous
My
as
son
hell.
yells, Mom, that's Gypsy Rose. Of course, we snapped some footage. Then I told him, pick the phone up and let her live her life. They were in the spot right next to us. An older lady approached us, angrily demanding we don't take any photos because they rented the pavilion for a family reunion. Okay, so don't take any photos of us. I explained to her what I told my son, and I told her to have a great day. She continued going on. No clue as to what
Oh
she was
hell.
saying because I
Please, thank
seriously
you.
contemplated throwing my drink on her. She expressed to me that she's allowed to talk, to which I replied, you can also F right off, because no matter how long you stand here
Lindsay
talking,
Ann.
no one is listening to you. A few moments later, they grabbed their boats and left. They should have did it a lot earlier, before she came out causing a ruckus. As we were leaving, someone under the pavilion said, y'all caused a lot of madness. We ignored them. So what happened is that I have footage
Oh hell.
of her stage boat ride that maybe 4 other people witnessed. Can't have that getting out, right? Good riddance, Mrs. Anderson. You don't tell my baby what to do, much less send an old lady to do
Good riddance, Mrs. Anderson.
your dirty work. I know that's right. So let me get this right. Grandma came feeling entitled, telling people what to do, barking orders. What? Did y'all watch Grandma the whole time? Was she drinking? Like, come on. This is just out of hand. It is public. I don't care if you did rent out the pavilion.
Was she
Obviously,
doing
the
it?
spot that Lindsay Ann and her son and family had access to wasn't rented out to y'all. Because if that was the case, she wouldn't be there. Like, these Blanchards and all their shenanigans, they got to stop with it. They really
Shenanigans.
have got to stop. And I guess they knew they were under fire because Gypsy came out with a little weak-ass statement. Let's see what she had to say, you guys. This weekend was the Blanchard's family reunion. We know Gypsy for the 1058th time. It was wonderful to meet everyone and learn about our family history. We spent the weekend at the lake where everyone was having fun and enjoying our time together. However, our reunion was constantly being interrupted and invaded by people wanting to invade our space and privacy.
Welcome to the life of an influencer. Well, you think it's going to get easier to go places? You think people are going to be like, oh, I don't want to take a picture of her.
Circling our campsites with cameras and phones who want selfies and photo ops. As much
Why do you think celebrities don't just go to the park or just go camping somewhere? Don't just hang out in public somewhere?
as I appreciate the support,
Why do you think I can't go to Walmart anymore? Every time I go to Walmart, I got to sign 4 to 14 autographs. I got to take hella pictures. Just kidding. It has happened to me a few times. One time in Walmart, somebody recognized me. Karen, where are you at? She's still in here sometimes, y'all. Karen, where are you at? Oh, and one time in Target, too. That was cool.
of the locals, I only ask to keep in mind that we have extended family members who do not wish to be a part of the media world, some of them being minors. I would ask for people to be more cautious and considerate when approaching or interacting with me in public, especially in
Why you have minors hanging out with you when you know people can just come up there? Then that sounds irresponsible on their part to put those kids in a place where people can just come right up to them and start taking pictures. You need to have that thing somewhere else.
such situations surrounding family events.
Erica, yes, absolutely. Of course I do.
This is something that you should have thought about, Gypsy, before you made the decisions that you made. You are famous, and not for a good reason. Just like your father said, you are famous for unaliving your mother. And I know you said you don't like the F word, but you actually do love it. In my opinion, Gypsy, stop it. I believe you love the famous word. Okay? And
Oh,
it's
hell.
for, like I said, unaliving your mother. And every time you go out, you're going to have people that love you, you're going to have people that feel sorry for you, and you're going to have people that hate you. Okay? So it is what it is. Your family too. If they're rolling with you, they're going to get it too. And the only thing that I feel sorry for, the only situation is this baby. Because, well, you think if you go to a family reunion and this is bad? Just imagine when you take your baby out in public. Oh my God, I can't even imagine it. Well, hey, you did it to yourself. I'm going to pray for that baby, though. Because that baby don't have nothing to do with this. And of course, we only know the only reason why Gypsy brought out that statement was because of the lady, you know, Lindsay Ann. She came out and she basically just exposed her. So she had to do a statement and try to turn it around and make it seem like it was Lindsay Ann's fault and everybody else's fault that was out there.
How dare you come to a public park?
So basically, people were telling Gypsy, you know, you can't expect privacy in a public place. Gypsy's basically saying that people need to have more common sense. And it just kind of went back and forth from there.
What?
It ended up with them telling Gypsy she needs to go away. Everybody's tired of her. You know what I wonder? I wonder with Gypsy being pregnant and having a girl, does she ever think of the connection that she's going to have with her daughter? You know, does she ever think about Dee Dee? You know what I mean? I know that she says she missed Dee Dee sometimes, but I just wonder if she ever just like actually thinks about that.
Oh, man. I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. Do you think she does? Do you think she doesn't? I don't know. But I do know it's time for me to go to bed. I love you guys. I beg you to bring JP Miller back. Honestly, the things that I never thought people would say. Actually, tomorrow I think we are going to do that because I saw some new stuff in that case in the Micah Miller story. So let's freaking do it. YouTube, hit the thumbs up button. Thanks for the love. Thanks for being here. I'm out. Love you guys.